Following policy mattered. And that starts with me, leading from the front. How come many politicians don't get that? None of this. Rules for thee, not for me. Michigan has had enough of that. I know how important it is to fix education. I know what's going on with small businesses. Let's solve the employment concern today. Not a hand out, but a hand up.
All right, that is a look at a new campaign ad from former Detroit Police Chief James Craig. He's running as a Republican there to take on Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Chief Craig has a lot of conservatives. They're very excited about it. Let's learn more about him. James Craig joining us live. Chief, good to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time. How you doing?
Hey, Sean, thanks. And I appreciate you having me on your show. Talk about 44 years of public service. That's what this is about.
Well, look, we're going to talk about that 40%. Everyone buckle up because there's a lot to unpack here with James. Before I get into what's happening there in Michigan, and there is a lot to unpack. Public life, not easy, obviously switching over. You made this huge decision, which you just laid out there in your campaign ad, that you had to enter this race. Why?
You know, let's face it, if you look at what's going on in our nation, look at what's going on in our state, it's polarized. Things are not getting done. Our country is going in a bad direction. Our state, we need strong, courageous leaders. And I got to tell you, again, 44 years as a public servant, not a bad day, serving people as a servant leader, leading from the front. That's what it's about. And 10 of those 44 years, I led 3 police departments. So we don't listen to the people we serve. And I'm talking about some politicians. What about those families? What about the victims of crime? And what about small businesses? All the things that are impacting our state today, because we just feel like we can do it any kind of way. You know, our governor feels like she can follow a different set of rules. That's not leadership. And when you talk about transparency and integrity, look, I've had to stand before our community so many times and talk about some very difficult crisis situations. But the key is the community came to respect and knowing that we were going to do the right thing. That's why it's so much excitement behind the launching of this exploratory phase of running for governor here in Michigan. Very exciting. So much so, I will tell you, in just a few days that this committee has launched, over 3,700 people have decided to join our team.
That's huge.
3,700.
Yeah, 3,700. Well, clearly, and if someone's watching this broadcast here, they may be thinking the same thing. And here's why. Governor Whitmer, as you know, heavily criticized for those COVID lockdowns, restrictions that she has put in place. She's facing numerous allegations about how she handled the nursing homes within the state of Michigan. The restrictions she put in place, a lot of folks remember there are certain types of boats you could not use, the garden sectioning of certain of Home Depots and other alike. You couldn't go out there and do that, get to those gardening tools. I mean, it really was that specific through that, and it was widely criticized. You've had protests against her. I remember covering this stuff during 2020. How would you define how Governor Whitmer handled your state during COVID? What do you have to say about it, and what would you have done differently? And then I've got to ask you this as well. Would you still impose a mask mandate for your state should you win?
I'm going to start with that. Absolutely not. Absolutely. And, you know, this is about freedom to choose. I wouldn't mandate vaccinations. I wouldn't. I would encourage it. Hey, look, I'm a COVID survivor. It's personal for me. Friends have passed, but I would encourage. This is about freedom. Our schools have been shut down. Small businesses impacted. You know, one thing that stands out for me when the mask mandate was a rule that was mandated. And so the rules came down that, you know, our police department, Detroit Police Department, we had to go out and write tickets. And, you know, I never liked it. But, you know, I followed the rules. It was oppressive and it certainly was divisive. But then what jumped out for me when there was a protest at the Capitol, unmasked protesters, not one ticket issued. And I thought, hypocrisy. So what did I do? I stopped our department from issuing tickets. I didn't ask for permission. I did it because it was the right thing to do. And so these are the kind of things that we need to talk candidly about. You know, I know one of the big issues across our nation, in our state, violent crime. But all we want to talk about is defund, dismantle the police. Right. Who stands up for those courageous men and women who serve? I mean, serve and working in the toughest conditions a day of any time I know in my 44-year career. Who stands up for them? And while, you know, many moderate Democrats are trying to back off of the defund, but what do they say when the radical left continue to push defund? We're in some difficult times. It's going to require strong leadership. And that's what I bring to the table. Yeah. Not someone who talks about leadership, someone who's been there and done that.
Let me ask you this final question for you, and we can exit with this. Tell me a little bit about being a police commissioner. Obviously, you've been on the force, as you said, multiple times for 44 years. So you clearly have strong support there for policing. That's what you would bring. Obviously, you just noted that no mandates as far as vaccines, no mandates as far as masking goes to your state. Lastly, why else did you decide to run on the Republican ticket, and how can more people find out about your possibility, your campaign here for governor?
Well, Sean, what a great question. It's no secret I grew up in Detroit, started my policing career here. You know, as an African-American, you're just born a Democrat. I hate to say it that way. My entire family, Democrat. I was a Democrat, then I moved off to Los Angeles, another Democrat enclave. I was in the same space. But as I began to mature and grow into the profession, I was at odds with a lot of Democrat policies. And I never forget what President Biden said on his campaign to a very notable radio personality, an African-American man. He said, "You must not be Black if you don't vote for me." And I got to tell you, many African-Americans feel like they've been taken for granted by the Democratic Party. Because when you look at African-Americans who live in, especially in vulnerable communities, many ask the question, what have you done? And so it wasn't until I continued that maturity, watching leaders of the Democratic Party fail our community and transitioning into Portland, Maine, that's when the transition took place. And the one thing I love about this party, look, this is the party of Abraham Lincoln. This is the party that was about anti-slavery. And I think so many in our party, in the Democrat Party, they don't understand it. Look, Booker T. Washington, a historic figure in our country, African-American, he was about self-reliance, education, and entrepreneurship. And you heard it in my video, hand up, no handouts. And these handouts we're seeing today are destroying small businesses. All right. This feels so much like socialism, doesn't it?
Chief, I'm going to leave it right there. Real quick before we go, when do you expect to have an official announcement?
Well, you know, what I'm going to do right now, Sean, we'll get out, go around the state of Michigan. I want to learn as much as I can of what Michiganders want. So we think could be a month or two, a couple of months, but I need to get out and talk to Michiganders. And we've started that process. Yeah. And again, I'm excited about the folks that have already joined our team, over 3,700.
I know.
And you know what? The Democrats have already started attacking me, even before this announcement.
Well, we'll see what happens after this interview as well. It was such a pleasure to talk to you, Chief.
But you know what we need to, we got to tell your viewers, go to chiefjamescraig.com. Join our team.
chiefjamescraig.com. All right, well, the Chief joined us live today. Enjoy your weekend, sir, and I appreciate you taking the time.
I sure will. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.